I think once you're a club kid, you're always a club kid. I had hip surgery like Lady Gaga and then opened for Beyonce 6 weeks after. Nightlife saved my life.
But Saint Deepthroat.
Don't call me by my government name. I can be me and still inspire. You can't. You can't even inspire yourself. Skip.
River.
Yay.
May I call you River?
Yes.
Your DJ name did change.
My DJ name did change to my Instagram handle, but I changed it. I scrapped that because it's not PC. I care about being PC these days.
That's a lie.
No, I'm trying to be like media trained. I've done like some media training classes. So hopefully you can see like my progress here. I've done like Zoom media training classes. This was right after quarantine.
We're very post-PC though. I'm not sure.
Okay,
I'm
good.
sad. I'm sad we caught you after the media training,
Yeah.
but now I'm realizing maybe I need media training.
I'll say whatever the fuck I want.
But Saint Deepthroat.
Don't call me by my government name. Yes.
But are people still calling you by that? Like RIP forever? Or are we moving on for real?
No, people still call me that in the club. They think my name is Saint. And this is why I have to change my Instagram name eventually. I don't know if there's anyone working at Instagram. Please hit me up. But I was at a restaurant with my grandmother. I'm eating. We just got our food. We're kikiing. The guy comes down the escalator. He's like, Deepthroat. I'm looking up. I'm like, hey, Saint Deepthroat, you. My grandma's just like, are they calling you? What's happening? What's happening? Don't do this today. Like, I'm with my fucking grandma at a nice establishment in a fucking restaurant, and you're calling me by my Instagram name. So since that day, I'm like, I have to change it. It's not. I don't
like
want
opening. You had surgery.
I had surgery like Lady Gaga. Yeah. I had hip surgery like Lady Gaga. Yeah. And then opened for Beyonce 6 weeks after. That was crazy. That happened last year. I think I've had two. I had this one when I was 21 and this one like last year.
Insane, actually.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that. I had to learn to walk like by myself. I had to teach myself how to walk again. I had to have like an emergency surgery because I had septicemia. Like my blood was basically poisoned. They had to put me on like tons and tons of antibiotics just to get like the infection out of my body. It was 6 weeks after. I was still learning to walk, and I was on the plane to Texas. And initially they told me we're gonna have to do. It was me and Goth Jafar, my good sis. I love her. Shout out to her.
Love her.
It was me and her, and we were initially supposed to play Dallas. So they were like, oh, sorry, Dallas is not happening anymore. But would you guys love to do Houston, which is her fucking hometown? And everyone was there. Her mom was there. Jay-Z was there. Like Blue Ivy, Kelly and Michelle were there. The rest of the Destiny's Child girls were there. It was insane. Like they were like standing right behind us. Like Jay-Z was right behind me. So at the time, it was like the Nicki versus Megan Thee Stallion beef.
Oh no!
And Megan was playing that night, but we knew, but everyone else didn't know. They told us before Megan's gonna be there, and we played Nicki, and it was just like, oh no, Nicki's playing at the Beyonce concert. So the fans just made this whole thing out of it, and we kind of went viral for.
Do you believe that people age out of the scene?
No. There's phases that I think once you're a club kid, you're always a club kid. I don't think I'd ever age out of it because the club made me who I am today. It gave me the courage to just like be me, and also I've connected with so many great people and creatives in clubs. There's a lot of older people in like nightlife and still going. I think there's a lot of like ageism that you have to like, it's kind of ingrained in club culture. I mean, Grace Jones, she's still performing. She's still going to the clubs. And she's like, what? I don't want to get her age wrong.
Yeah.
She's like, she's a vampire. We'll Google.
She's ageless. She's
ageless. She's timeless.
Icon, she's like,
yeah. Especially coming to Berlin, I see so many older people here, which really refreshing, you know? You don't have to, just because you're getting older doesn't mean you have to stop what you love. I don't see myself going to clubs every weekend for the rest of my life, but I still want to like be and feed and grow and help the community that raised me and gave me a livelihood. Like, nightlife saved my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I would be doing besides music and like being a club kid.
I mean, same. I think
Yeah.
also when you feel alone or like you don't fit in, and when you finally go to that right party or hear the right music, and you're just, for me, it was going to Ghetto Gothic, New York.
Yes, I was going there. I was way too young to go there, but that's basically like what birthed me was Ghetto Gothic. Like, everyone I know who is still DJing today, still have thriving careers, like Venus X, Mother, LSDXOXO, Juliana Huxtable, Byro the Great, whoever came from that scene, they're still thriving today, and their careers are just like growing, and they're such good mentors to me. People sometimes think that I was part of that. I was not. I'm a child of that. You know, like Tyga Paw and I were talking in the Panorama Bar stalls, and he was just like, "Oh, River." I basically asked, like, I don't know why people compare like the three of us. LSDXOXO, he was there too. I don't know why people compare the three of us or put us together in the same category when I came after you guys. You guys like laid the foundation. And Tyga Paw turned to me and was like, "No, stop. You were making music before you were DJing, and that's how these people knew you for years before they even saw your face or started booking you. So you can be in that class, but you're also part of the new generation. And I feel like someday people are going to start following what I do and start being influenced by me. And that's like scary to think about."
The memes of it all. Like, are you still contributing as much as you used to be to
No.
Fantasy World?
So PatiasFantasyWorld, I forget I was part of that sometimes.
Really?
I don't post anymore. Patia and I were tweeting about this the other day. We were like, we need a comeback. Because it was definitely an era that, you know, it was like pandemic. We were all like in quarantine.
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so zeitgeisty and like actually really politically progressive and like crucial to the discourse.
Yeah. And it kept people entertained.
I mean, I laughed so hard. What was it, your most liked post?
The one with Timmy Turner's dad pointing to his asshole that was photoshopped onto him. It's still up, which is a miracle. I'm like, how did this slide through Instagram's community guidelines? So no thought went into that except like we just wanted to use this page to make people laugh and to spread awareness and basically help like our friends and like our community crowdfund, because at that time no one was earning money. Now I think we're like 700 or 600,000 followers, and that's more eyes on you.
Yeah, the pressure.
I just don't want those eyes. I don't want that to be like my main thing, and then people, you know, forget about that I do music, you know.
You're basically creating like
memes,
listenable memes. I mean, is it true that like your best tracks you made in an hour, essentially, like as a response?
Like, no, I think the songs that I spent like months on have the least plays. The song that I made in like 30 minutes or an hour, like the SkeeYee edit, I was just bored one night and I made this beat and I was like, I can use this beat for myself, or I really like this Sexy Red song, so let me just like, it was like a TikTok trend at the time, so I was like, ooh, TikTok. Let's see what's hot on TikTok. And I really loved Sexy Red. I still love her to this day. Like, she is so necessary to the culture. Shout out to Sexy Red. So I just put her vocals on top of that beat, and it worked so well. I played it one time at the club and they went crazy. I'm like, I have to drop this. So I just released it and now it's like, It's like my biggest song on SoundCloud.
I mean, you are the sexy red of the electronic music.
I can see that.
Yeah. Sure.
I can see that. All I need is like red hair and just like a stack of dollars.
But it's just the spirit. Like she also can say whatever she wants.
And people still listen to her music.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But also listen to her. Like listen to what she has to say. There's like certain people that just have come out as being like, I am not gonna
provocateurs.
Exactly. But I'm also not gonna like confine what I have to say or like fit some mold.
BPC.
Mm-hmm. Media trained.
Yes. Which is me. I'm media trained.
But I'm seeing it. I mean, I'm seeing it. I think you really actually, compared to the memes that you've been posting.
That was not PC at all. I used to get in trouble for posting certain memes, but you know, you can't really please everyone. I don't know if that's like pandemic brain rot or just like the TikTokification of everything, but people are such sheep these days. I'm like, just say what's on your mind. You know, that's why people fuck with me, because I just say what's on my mind. I don't care.
Do you think DJs especially are like that? Yeah.
Yeah. I think everyone's just worried about, I'm going to lose this booking. People are not going to think I'm unprofessional if I just like say, especially like people who are DJs and they make music. A lot of them don't like to put like real or themselves in their music. And that's something that's really important to me. It's like, it's not even important. It's just second nature that you put yourself in your music. A lot of what I see these days, it's just so sterile and sterilized and like clean. And
I was going to say sterile. Like, but this is the weird thing because obviously electronic music is booming. Like there's so much money going in. Artists can live now. It's great. Like there's lots of positives to that, but the negative is that like things are getting really just washed.
Yeah.
By everything.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I don't know. I feel like because the dance music community is generally really opinionated and like pretty political, like more so than
the
say
DJ discourse.
I mean, how do you function in that? And like, what do you think about how people are handling the DJ discourse?
Yeah. I have this tweet. It's always the tweets. I have this tweet where I was like, DJ discourse has nothing to do with me. I'm gonna stay booked regardless. And people were pissed. I'm like, yeah, because like you're not a real DJ. Da 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 da. Like you don't even. I'm like, babe, check my resume. Not even to be cocky, but it's like, check my resume, bitch. I'm always booked. You are mad because you can't be authentic. That's what it is fundamentally. You can't be authentic. You can't put yourself in your music. You can't display who you are online. You have to follow these rules so you can get a higher check. I don't have to. I can be me and still get paid. I can be me and still live. I can be me and still inspire. You can't. You can't even inspire yourself. So it was a lot of these like people who, mostly just like men. You know, the DJ discourse thing is a very like boys club thing, like straight boy. And they can't take when it's a bad bitch or like someone queer that's like winning sometimes. I want to go to school next year.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah.
For? You're going to say like anthropology or something. Like nuclear physics.
I want to finish my mortician license. I used to be a mortician.
You're lying.
I used to be a mortician during COVID.
You're lying.
Yeah, I was a mortician apprentice. But I failed my embalming license 3 times because I just didn't study. I was going out every weekend. But I want to kind of finish that. Yeah, I was working with dead people every day and like pumping and like draining blood and like pumping chemicals back into their body to preserve it. Wow. Yeah, that was basically my job. I was doing dead people's makeup too.
Well, you have a great beat today.
Yeah,
so.
Thank you. This is a job that someone has to do. I would get these notes where people are like, my grandmother looked really good today. Thank you so much, with like a bunch of flowers and stuff. And that would really just make me feel like, okay, job well done.
Okay, in every episode we break for a game. Fuck, kill, marry.
Okay.
So I'm just going to give you some names and some concepts, and you tell me where you would rank them.
Okay.
Beginning with a few DJs. So, Fuck, Kill, Marry, Carl Cox, Jeff Mills, Frankie Knuckles.
Okay. Marry Frankie Knuckles, because one of the first records that I ever heard was a Frankie Knuckles remix of, like, first ever house records. My dad played this for me. It was a Frankie Knuckles remix of Unbreak My Heart by Tony Braxton. Fuck Jeff Mills. Because, oh my God, he's so hot. You know, just by default, Carl Cox. I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me.
Deadmau5, Skrillex, Tiesto.
Marry Skrillex. Skrillex is a... No, wait, listen. Hear me out. Skrillex has been like dream collab for me for the last like 6 years. Until like I found out about his production that he did for like Mariah Carey and Kelsey Lou. I'm like, Skrillex has range that people don't even fucking know about. To say, but I fucking love Skrillex. Yeah.
Okay, so to school, Berghain Basement. Fuck, Kill, Marry.
You're gonna get me in trouble. Marry Basement.
Oh.
I think I'm too pop for Basement, but that is one of my favorite clubs in New York just because it's the spot, you know.
Yeah.
Berghain, I would say fuck. I would have hot, steamy sex with Berghain. And then by default, I have to kill the school. I mean, they're already dead. Yeah. Rest in peace.
Fuck, Kill, Marry, trance, acid, drum and bass.
Okay, fuck acid, because it's sexy. Like that 303 is just like so. Marry trance and kill drum and bass. I'm sorry.
Charlotte DeWitt, Amelie Lenz, Nina Kravitz.
Skip.
You're unanswerable.
I can't even say no. Nina Kravitz and I have like some.
Beef? Okay, well.